Hey, everybody, welcome to today's show. Welcome to Advocate Information. Hi, I'm your host, Anthony Lorito-Duke, and we have a very interesting topic for today's show, in which is the anti-ICE protesters are illegally attacking ICE agents. So let's get right into this. Um, I'm sure you've all been seeing the videos and hearing the news about this. Um, a lot of people are illegally attacking ICE agents at ICE detention centers. Now, here's the thing. I've been saying it for so long that our elected officials in Congress, in the United States House of Representatives, and in the United States Senate need to create a bill that mandates ICE agents get warrants from the courts. And yes, they need to be properly uh, trained every year. Once every single year, they need updated training. Okay, absolutely, definitely. Am I for ICE agents not wearing masks? Yeah, yeah, I could see that happening. It's not at the tippity top of my list, but if it doesn't happen, then, I guess that's okay too. But as long as they get the warrants from the courts first, and they have to have annual updated training. Those two are a definite must. No denying those two. So that's an important thing. Now, on the other hand, these anti-ICE protesters, they cannot be attacking ICE agents at all. So again, let me repeat that. These anti-ICE protesters cannot be attacking ICE agents at all. They cannot be attacking local police departments or whatever. They cannot be doing that. Two wrongs do not make a right. Okay? And so I wanted to mention that. Now, at a specific ICE detention center in the state of New Jersey, people were complaining about the conditions inside that detention center. Now, as far as I'm concerned, unless if there's mold growing on the walls and floors and stuff inside the detention center, or peeling paint, okay, those are the only two real conditions that I can see as serious, really serious, life-threatening serious, for people to be concerned about the particular building. Now, I understand, because a lot of people are saying, well, these are detainees, and just like with prisoners, that they should not be getting any special treatment or whatever. And if that's the conditions of the building, then so be it. But here's the thing. So I'm not going to say about those conditions for the detainees. What I will say is, for those, if let's say if those particular buildings have like mold or peeling paint growing inside there, it does not, those things do not only affect the detainees, but they also hurt the workers inside there, like the guards and who's ever in control of that center, you know. Um, so I'll say this, for the workers inside those buildings and stuff, it's health hazardous conditions for them. And like wearing a mask is not going to really help, because especially if it's mold growing inside there and stuff, you know, if they touch something or whatever, it could really, really hurt them badly, health wise and stuff. So that's what I will say to that. Um, and ICE agents, they need to let the attorneys representing the detainees inside the detention centers. They cannot prevent lawyers and stuff from uh, going inside the detention centers and stuff. And now here's another thing. These ICE detention centers, these are federal buildings. Okay. ICE is federal, right? So these ICE detention centers are federal buildings, just like post offices are, right? So I also say this. ICE agents need to let in federal elected officials, like the state's local Congress people, the state's own senators that work on the federal levels. Like those that go work in the United States House of Representatives and the United States Senate. They need to let them in there to check on the conditions of the buildings and stuff like that. And like I said, they also need to let in the attorneys representing the detainees as well. Now, other than like the conditions that I mentioned, nothing else would really be good enough to consider it to be really bad. And now I'll also say this. Just like prisons have like cots and beds for the prisoners and stuff like that, fine. I could see that being in detention centers. Okay, yeah. Like cots, something really cheap. Okay. Yeah. You know, sleeping bags, stuff like that as well. Things like that. Okay, yeah, I could see that happening. I'm for those things as well. Yes. Now, anything else? Nope. Nope. Now, here's another thing. A lot of uh, elected officials have said that they spoke with the detainees inside these detention centers, and a lot of these detainees, like women who are pregnant, are not getting medical treatment that they need. Now, I could say this. I'll say this. For pregnant women and anyone else like with serious, life-threatening medical conditions, yes, they need proper medical treatment. Absolutely. So I'll say it again, like for women who are pregnant or anybody that has life-threatening medical conditions, they need medical treatment. If somebody's got a little boo-boo or something like that, no. Anybody that's got a slight cough, no. Uh-uh. You know, so that's another thing that I'll say. Um, Here's another thing that people are saying, that the detainees, a lot of the detainees are complaining about the food that's distributed in ICE detention centers. Some of them are saying like, oh, we only get like a bologna sandwich, a dry bologna sandwich. Well, these ICE detention centers are not five-star restaurants. They are not five-star luxury hotels. So again, I'll repeat myself. These ICE detention centers are not five-star restaurants, and they are not five-star luxury hotels. Seriously. Honestly, you don't like the food, and a lot of these detainees, like especially like in this uh, at this detention center in the state of New Jersey, the detainees went on a hunger strike. You guys want to go on a hunger strike if you made that decision? Oh well, that's on you guys. That's on you guys. Oh well. Oh well. So again, yes, ICE agents need the warrants from courts. They need annual training. Those are the two real big ones. Absolutely, they do. Um, but these anti-ICE protesters, they cannot be physically attacking ICE agents nor the police, the local police departments that assist the um, ICE agents. They cannot be physically attacking them. Two wrongs do not make a right. Seriously, enough is enough. Seriously. And I want to inform my fans out there about some things. In all my prior episodes, I have mentioned about the two shows that I host on Spreaker.com, Equality and Rights for All and Disabled Reality. Well, in specific for Equality and Rights for All, I have changed that show. I've changed the title of that show. It's no longer called Equality and Rights for All. It is now called Super Advocate. So for the two shows that I host on Spreaker.com called Super Advocate and Disabled Reality, for those two shows that I host on Spreaker.com, you guys can listen to all the episodes of both of those shows on this one website that I have called Super Advocate. The link to there, the link to there is superadvocate.codeadx.me. Again, on there, you guys can listen to all the episodes of both of my shows that I host on Spreaker.com. One is called Super Advocate, and the other is called Disabled Reality. And on this specific website, there's also a tab on there called Promo Codes. Okay, if you click on that tab, you'll see like 8 promotions on there. Okay, for my show Super Advocate, which is previously called Equality Rights for All, for this particular show, there are 4 promotions in which that Super Advocate supports. The names of those 4 promotions are Connie's Fashion Vault, Chill Boys, Hypernatural, and Old Glory. All 4 of these businesses have excellent stuff on there, great prices. I highly recommend you guys go check them out. Now, those 4 that promotions I just mentioned, we at Super Advocate support these particular 4 companies. They got great prices. They got great products on there. I highly recommend you guys go check them out. And I also want to remind all my fans out there about my other website that I have called Advocate Information Highway. The link to there is AIHNY.com. Again, that's AIHNY.com. And I was just told by my producer that for the other website that I just mentioned, Super Advocate, they want me to repeat the link to that website. The link to that website, the link to Super Advocate is superadvocate.codeadx.me. I'll repeat that again. The link to the website called Super Advocate is superadvocate.codeadx.me. Now, for getting back to my other website called Advocate Information Highway, the link to there, once again, is AIHNY.com. Excuse me. That's AIHNY.com. You guys can check out all the pages on there. And I want to mention a few things. One of the pages that's on this website of Advocate Information Highway There's my blog page on there that you guys can check out. There's my blog page on there. There's another page on there called the shows, and on that page of the website, you guys can also listen to all the episodes of both of my shows that I host on Spreaker.com as well. And another page that's on my website of Advocate Information Highway is my internet store on Zazzle.com. If you guys go to that page, you'll see a link on there. That link is to my internet store on Zazzle.com. If you guys click on that link, it'll bring you right to my internet store on Zazzle.com, and there's a lot of great stuff on there. You guys can shop to your heart's content. Another page that's on my website of Advocate Information Highway is my bookstore on Amazon. If you guys go to that page, you'll see the links to the 3 books that I wrote that are up for sale on my page on Amazon. So you guys can go purchase my 3 books on there as well. And so with all this now being said, I wish everybody well, and take care, everybody. Bye.